At a friend's house, police say the wound appears to have been self-inflicted, but her family says nothing about the story adds up. So they turn to the CBS 12 News I-Team for answers.
Danielle Wall reports on the mysterious death of Barbara Betancourt.
Jamás me imaginé que iba a ser el último día que yo la vería.
You don't need to speak her language to understand the grief Monica Miranda is feeling.
Ha sido un proceso muy difícil para su papá y para mí. Y más que nada porque no nos dicen lo que está pasando.
It's been 2 months since she got the call reporting that her 16-year-old daughter, Barbara, was dead.
She was always happy, laughing, making jokes. She was known for making jokes.
There may be no greater pain than to lose a child, but Barbara's aunt, Esmeralda Avalos, says the loss is made worse because the story they're being told about what happened the day Barbara died doesn't make sense.
It doesn't add up.
Barbara was shot in her ex-boyfriend's family apartment in Palm Springs one afternoon in September. The only witnesses, her ex-boyfriend and one of Barbara's girlfriends from school, both also 16 years old. Initially, police told the Betancourts Barbara shot herself in the neck, but the gun wasn't found near her body. It wasn't even in the apartment. Investigators found it outside, on the ground. The first version of the story was that Barbara shot herself, then threw the gun out the window.
When you hear that, what do you think?
I'm not a gun expert. I never even shot a gun, but that just doesn't make sense.
But police say the witnesses' stories have changed more than once.
There have been multiple versions.
And now one of the two teens inside the apartment admits to moving the gun.
That person said they just panicked because of this issue and threw it out the window.
The family still doesn't know whose gun it was. They have yet to see a police report or an autopsy. The medical examiner tells the I-Team it could take months to finish their report because the state attorney's office hasn't asked them to prioritize this case. A big question for the Betancourts is the path of the bullet. They were told it entered Barbara's neck on the upper right side and exited above her left hip. Unusual for a self-inflicted wound.
If they're gonna say it was an accident, show me the proof, show me exactly how she did it.
And then there's her bank card. 4 days after Barbara's death, the family says her wallet, school bag, and watch were missing. And they noticed something suspicious on her bank statement.
Right here, $18.
This CVS purchase authorized on September 15th. That's 3 days after Barbara died. The family alerted police, and shortly after that, investigators say the bag and bank card were turned over to them. Palm Springs police say they know who used Barbara's card, but they have not yet filed any charges.
We have to make sure we get done with this investigation before we look at the what do you call it, the lower charges or the subsequent charges or charges associated with, why is there a weapon there, charges associated with, was this card used fraudulently.
At this point, are you still treating this like an accidental, self-inflicted?
At this point in time, we haven't had anything that changes our mind yet that would say this is anything other than an accidental shooting.
A conclusion based largely on the account of two teenagers who investigators admit have been changing their stories.
How can we trust their version that this was an accident?
Well, nobody's told us that anybody's clearly lying yet.
No lo entiendo.
Today, while her family waits for answers, Barbara is here in her old bedroom in an urn shaped like a butterfly. But the Betancourts say she won't be able to truly rest until they know the truth.
We want justice for Barbara. We want justice.
In Lake Worth, Danielle Wall, CBS 12 News.